Sorry I couldn't be there in person to give this presentation, but I'm at a funeral right now, or about to walk into one, I guess. And I just kind of wanted to talk about the Islamic service that we went to. So we showed up and they're very inviting. It was kind of obvious that we were all lost and didn't know what the heck was going on. And they actually, the Imam, whatever it is, whatever he was, gave us like a quick little rundown of what the service would be, and then he split the guys group and the girls group apart, and they took the girls up into like this glass box room or something like that to observe. Then the guys went down into this middle prayer thing, and then they, like, as people walked in, they would do like this little thing with their hands, both hands, but I'm holding the other one with my other hand is holding the phone. They would go like this, and then they would get down on all fours, put their forehead on the ground. Excuse me. They put their forehead on the ground, and then they would get back up. And they did this like 2 or 3 times. And then at like 1:15, I think, the service started. And they had a gentleman do what they called a call to prayer. And he did like this little chant thing that we thought was singing. And like he would sing this little thing, and then everyone in the congregation would sing it back to him, and then they did this a couple times, and once they were done with that, that gentleman went and sat down, and the imam went back up, and he gave like a 15-20 minute little message thing about the way that you're supposed to live life and stuff like that, in accordance to the Quran, kind of talking about life and how you're supposed to do it, that type of thing. And then he spoke for about 15-20 minutes, and then once he was done, they all lined up into these like really straight lines. Everyone else was kind of scattered, and then once they were finished with the message, they all got in these lines. The kids were in the back, oldest people in the front, and then the imam started facing the wall, so like his back was to everyone, and they did this like chant thing again. So the imam would say something, I don't remember what it was because it was in a different language, and then the people would say it back, and then they went down on their knees, right? And then they got back up again. The imam would say something, and then they would get back on their knees after they said it too. And then on the third time, they repeated this process, but instead of just going down on their knees, they went down on their knees, and then they put their forehead on the ground again. And then that was pretty much it. After that, they just had some guy come up, and he gave like announcements for the congregation and stuff like that. And they actually freaking got, sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. They got 7th place out of all of the world in their robotics thing. And like, that was their middle school. Their high school, there was high schoolers in the competition. Their middle school placed 7th place in the whole world. So that was pretty cool to hear. Anyway, after the service was over, the imam guy, he was so cool. He like, well, he fed us first of all, which was very nice of him because he didn't have to do that. But then he also sent like, or he got a bunch of chairs, and we sat in this circle, and he just let us like pelt him with questions and ask him all these different things that we didn't understand about the religion and stuff like that. And it was there was another group there as well as us, and so there's lots of questions going around, and he answered all of them. It was really nice, a lot of fun, and then I don't know, they were some of the coolest people, you know, very inviting. Like 50 of them came up and said hi to us and asked us like, what are we studying in school, what brought us here, that type of thing. And yeah, it was a great experience. Yeah, cool, have fun in class.